Okay, Keith, this is your system that you invented. Keith, he's the inventor of the Airwall system, and he's going to show you the difference in using his system against the poly sheeting old school system. And go ahead, as you're putting all this up, just talk about what you're doing. And also, I have a question about this. This is your newest product, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
This is our big boy. We unleashed this one on the world in this just recent September at the experience in Las Vegas. Basically, the backbone of this system is called the Nexus. It's an inflate it and forget it wall. That's not what you're seeing right now. What you're seeing right now is me installing the window unit that's going to get the air out of the building.
Yes.
You know, the other video that we showed, we be building, standard containment. I wanted to make sure that as much as possible, everything was equal. I wanted to make a really fair comparison. I didn't want anybody at any point saying, yeah, but, or what if. So it was very important that I used as much as possible, but then highlight what's different about us, right? And that's the ease of setup and the reliability and all the rest of it. So you're just seeing me put in.
Let me ask you something. So you could have used your window, inflatable window unit right here.
Yeah, I could have, and I consciously chose not to because, like I said, I wanted as many whenever you do a science experiment or when you're trying to diagnose a problem, you can only change one thing at a time, right? Otherwise you don't know what did it. You change 5 things, you're like, well, okay, which one worked? You don't know. So in this case, I was trying to eliminate as many variables. I mean, and that meant that I really just wanted to replace the footprint of the containment itself, which was the wall, the dust curtain, and the doffing chamber that you'll be seeing shortly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So you could have done this way quicker using your Airwall.
Oh yeah. This
not
right
Airwall,
here,
your window.
Yeah, the window. We call them the exhaust. And yeah, that would have been a big difference. This right here took almost 15 minutes just to set this up. And the exhaust, it's, you just plug it into the poly and you place it. It's inflatable. It's ridiculously fast, but once again, I was trying to keep as many variables out of the equation.
I think that's smart, right? To have the time. Now, all of you just saw that I put on the screen the window unit that he has that takes literally 30 seconds, right? But he, like Keith is saying, he's just trying to keep the same window unit. So when we're looking at pressure and all that it was almost as close to the same as he can get it when he was using poly sheeting. Okay, I love this, man. All you do is you move that vacuum hose to where it's pushing air out and you start filling these up.
That's it. Yeah, and right now you see me installing the edge seals. These are soft and squishy, and they not only protect the surfaces in the house, the walls and everything else, but they also make sure that we get a nice tight seal up against the walls too to cover any irregularities. You'll notice this room has crown molding, it has baseboard. Some houses have really deep texture and things like that. Well, that edge seal is going to help create a really nice tight seal there and protect the finishes. So
this what I failed to mention is the setup for this was around 45 minutes, correct?
Yeah, 45 minutes exactly. Yes. And that included the 15 minutes for doing the window.
I get it. Yeah, because I had the original and I didn't want people to have to sit around, especially 3.5 hours. So I sped that one up 15 times, and this one I sped up like 5 times because it wasn't as long, of course. But I love this. This is, dude. And you know what else? If you get a flood, let's say a flood comes, right? Yeah. You can use these to float down the water and live.
That's right. Grab an oar and you're off.
Oh my God, man. These have other uses.
That's right. Personal flotation.
Remember, we were talking about this, and I wish, when I was in business, of course, I sold my restoration company a little over 5 years ago. If I would have seen something like this, dude, I would have bought the whole package, because it, you know how it is with employees, right? Not all employees have the same level of experience, and you're trying to train them and stuff. Something like this is so easy. A guy that's been on the job for a week can do this. This is
absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. What are you doing there?
Just setting up the dust curtain, and I'm actually using the Nexus walls, the one on either side there, to support it. Once again, we don't want to have any tape, so this is providing the pressure needed against the ceiling. And redundancy is a big thing for us. So you'll notice each of the Nexus walls has these 5 distinct chambers. That's if case in the unlikely event that one did get punctured, the other 4 would be there to support it. And we went so far as to in the dust chamber or the dust curtain itself, you'll notice that 2 of those chambers are supporting that dust curtain. We felt
So
that
that's holding the dust curtain right there, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. And then these straps just make it tight. And this is where I'm airing up the channels to make them nice and snug. We want to make sure we get really good pressure between the ceiling and the floor.
Yes.
And that really guarantees a tight seal.
Wow.
Yeah. And then now I'm installing.
So what are you doing here? This is for the floor. Okay.
Yep. Just about to install the doffing chamber itself, which goes up really fast.
Yeah. Oh, it just snaps on.
That's actually zippers. Those are zippers.
Oh, it's zipping. Oh, it zips on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah, so, we used the highest quality zippers we could find to do that.
What are you doing with that plastic? How's it sticking?
What part now?
The bottom floor plastic it seems to be sticking to the side.
That's more zippers.
On the black plastic?
Yeah, we zipped the black plastic floor to the wall. So it's once it's all zipped in, it's one big enclosed chamber.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, and now you're seeing it's a little out of the frame. I didn't know that at the time when I was recording it, but there was a weighted door sweep right there. And that basically is creating the seal on the outside. We didn't want people to be stepping on zippers and stuff. So we used a weighted door sweep that'll keep that outer wall down and tight to the floor.
Yeah.
And in addition, that floor that you're seeing is a little bit longer than this doffing chamber because our rigid doffing chamber, which is another option we're not showing here, uses the same exact floor. And it has a slightly different footprint. So we had to.
There's your job sheet. How cool is that?
Right?
Okay, so here's another thing. You don't have to cut plastic.
Nope.
But even bigger than that, you don't have to take a bunch of plastic to the landfill and where it doesn't degrade, right? And it just keeps filling up the landfills over and over, gets in our oceans. Yep. This is you get done with the job, you disinfect your air wall and it's ready for the next job.
Ready for the next job.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you have to clean your plastic anyway before you throw it away, right? I mean, so you got to wipe it all down and clean it all anyway, and you might as well put it in a duffel bag and take it with you instead of throwing away the almost 14 pounds of trash that I threw away the day before on the old containment the other way.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was a mountain of trash. And it's being done thousands of times just in this country alone, every day, every week at least. I mean, it's constant. The amount of trash is just horrendous, and this eliminates all of it. There wasn't a single piece of disposable anything here, no tape, no nothing, with the exception of the window unit.
Hey, so I got a question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put, so you have this wall, okay?
Yes.
And on the left side, it has where you just put your air scrubber in, okay? Yeah. Why wouldn't you put that piece on the right side so you don't have to go over the top of this?
Well, when we designed the dust curtain, it was a very practical choice. We could either double side it and have duplicates of this on each side, but that makes it much more expensive.
This is important.
Yep. There it is. Same numbers.
Wow.
The exact same numbers and you saw how hard I worked on building that other containment to be airtight. So this is doing the same thing in less than a quarter of the time.
Plus it looks so good that.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I'm a homeowner and I see this, then I know you came to play. I mean, you're in business. You're serious. That plastic stuff, I'm sorry, even as well as it was built yesterday, and I'm sure some guys do the same thing. It's still a sandwich bag trying to keep you safe.
I think this is, oh man, this is genius. I love this. I love how professional it looks. I love how easy it is. I just saw your negative air. It's the same, and you had to build. You might as well have been building a house.
Yeah.
On the other one, right? Like you were framing it in, man. This is really cool. That looks like 10 mil plastic right there on the floor.
That is actually it is more than that. It's a bonded double-sided vinyl. It's like the, kids jumpy houses. It's
Oh
basically
yeah.
that. So it's very, very durable. And in fact, that material is on the bottom of all of our walls. These Nexus walls, although I didn't highlight it in the video, the window unit or the door units, the X, which is, in another video, we put whatever touches the floor, we have that down there because it's so durable. It's so wear resistant. But in the case of, that floor right there, it is a high traffic area. So if it ever did get worn out or damaged, you could replace it easily.
Dude, this is unbelievable. It doesn't matter what the building looks like. You just keep adding on. It can go 30 feet across.
Sure.
Am I correct?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, and pointing out too,
Gosh, how good.
I'm dealing with crown molding up there, and I'm sealing up just as tight. Right.
I love it. No tape. It's not going to tear anything off the wall. It's really good. We're excited to be part of this at Envirotize Solutions, selling your product, Keith. And I think we're always looking for things that are different and innovative, and in tune with the new century, with our century, where we're at in 2021 and almost 2022. It's time for contractors to step it up. Like, look, I could see parents that have a little bit of money buying this for their kids for a fort.
For a fort.
This is an awesome fort, dude. Like, I can see the fort thing. We're going to try to sell it to parents. This is it. The video's almost over. Thank you so much. Great job. Thanks for helping us out with this. And look, let's get together and buy some air walls, people. Let's get these in your shop and on your jobs. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.